Hello everyone, and welcome to the Awesome Tech. Hope everyone's awesome as always. On today's video, we'll be doing another 4G cell band exploration and stress test. This time we'll be 120 miles away from the Awesome Tech home base network. And with that said, let's go ahead and take it to the video. Alright, so here we are. We're still 120 miles away, but we are getting ready to do the cellular internet test up. Let me go ahead and need to disconnect from there, and then all right, and this is me. So we're connecting to my cell phone right now, which is of course also the same thing that's recording this video. So we're good. Back out. Get into our Moonlight. And then of course from Moonlight, wait for that to stop spinning. Go all the way down to Microsoft. It works best this way. Choose Microsoft. Because when you choose Microsoft, when it actually loads you into the desktop, you can see the mouse cursor, which is pretty important, I think. It is to me anyways.
It's a nice feature to have.
It is. It makes doing this like all the difference in the world. Alright, and then you'll want to right click so that you can bring up your menu, and then you'll want to left click. Of course these on the triggers are reversed, but if it were your mouse, of course you would left click on open, and then just like we did last time, go ahead and we click on my PS5, come over here, click on this, and then click on this, and it is doing the wake up call right now. Should pop up here in a moment. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try to get in. It will probably, right on, let us right in. Okay, so good news is we're still on the road. I doubt we're going to be able to get more than maybe 3 to 5 minutes, but we're just going to drive, see how long we go until my black screen happens, because I'm imagining that the data bandwidth can only carry so much for so long, and then at a certain point in time it's just going to drop, and it's just not going to be able to really, you know, sustain that information anymore. But we'll just drive it, see how long it lasts, because this is the only way to learn. You learn by breaking things, at least when it comes to technology. And go fast. Doesn't want to let me go fast. There we go. That's fast. Oh. You know, for as much as people call this a walking simulator, how much has anybody seen me walking in this game? It is, you know, a game that you really have to kind of like build yourself up in, but it's kind of like a nice kind of like, you know, allegory for life, as you've heard me say time and time again, all the various things. My many platitudes of gratitude for this game. Just, I don't know, I find Death Stranding to be a unique experience. It's almost like an empathy trainer in ways. Run around with this baby strapped to you, and like, you know, like all this like head full of like insanity,
what's going on in the game, and then it's just like, you know, it's not anything too difficult in terms of what your tasks are, but it's almost like you make your tasks more difficult by, you know, wanting to be there before you're actually ready to be there and all this kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of good lessons that can be learned from Death Stranding. You know, I'm surprised that
we just hit the 5-minute mark.
We've hit 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
We're still going good. Like, if we get another 5 out of this, I mean, like, even little 10-minute bursts, you know, like, play just like a game of Tetris for a minute or something until your screen blacks out. Give it a few minutes and you probably go right back to it. So, I mean, this is far from ideal, obviously, but it's still a novel enough kind of fun experience, even getting logged in and, like, doing the thing that, you know, it's like, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead. I think that this has been, I call this successful. I am easily playing a AAA title, you know, 120 miles away from the console it's actually playing on, that's playing from a disc, that's getting, you know, its information sent to a laptop, and then that laptop is having that information then sent up through the internet to this thing that is connected to my cell phone that's also recording this video. Like, just the amount of weirdness that we have going on in all this situation, you know, like, there's so many things going on here. And so far, this is the best this has ever worked on cell. And we're here in just the middle of a town, just 4G internet.
Full bars.
Yeah. I mean, it is a full, like, we are getting good signal of 4G. So if you're in a 5G location or something like that, you know, the idea that this will actually do the thing that you know, like, I was thinking that we were going to have to get to Denver to have this much stability. I thought we were going to have to do this on 5G. I really did. I really didn't think that 4G was going to be this effective after everything that we went through on that first test. You know, just getting it up and loaded that day and everything that we did there. Of course, that day I think I was also making it a little bit more difficult on myself. I was trying to load a whole bunch of extra stuff. If you just keep this to just turning on the game and just getting into the game and playing the game that you're playing, I keep my screen running low wattage. I'm pulling less than 9 watts on my Steam Deck. So all this thing really has to do is it just has to be good enough to, it just has to have enough information basically to serve up the audio and the video information. Yeah. The only downside to sitting here talking about all this stuff is not really able to focus on staying on the highway as much as I should. Shit, I don't know if I can get back on. Oh, hold on though. This bike jumps. This bike jumps. Up. There's my nub. Alright. Let me try over here. And I'm gonna have to speed this video up, I think. There it is. There it is.
There it is.
How? What's time? It's time.
8:45.
8:45. All right. So that's still impressive,
That's only 2 minutes shy of the Wi-Fi.
right? So yeah, and that's on a 4G 4G data band cellular signal. Let's go ahead and pop these things out. Now, the cool thing is, I can get Chiaki to shut off. I've learned how to, like, go through and get this thing to do things from my experience doing it. So we'll just spend a few moments showing you kind of like how, once it locks up, how to get it to unlock up, and whatnot, so that you kind of have a better idea how to deal with this thing. This is all it really is. I find that it works better to use Microsoft rather than Chiaki, but you can use Chiaki as well as Microsoft says when you get into instances like this. It works well to kind of like get in there so that you can go like this. You can exit, and then what you do is you go back in Chiaki right here. And we get back in Chiaki after it's done spinning, spin. Go ahead and hit X. It's going to ask if we want to close Chiaki. When we go ahead and close Chiaki, I've got it set up so Chiaki will put my PS5 into rest mode. So we have effectively done that. So now let's just let's be silly. Let's go back in. Although I should have done it through Microsoft. We'll see what happens. Sometimes this works. Alright, so it's shutting down, which is why we only see Dylan's PS5. In a moment, it'll pop up. There'll be a second one here in just a second, I imagine. Yeah, PS5 311. There we go. Yeah, so I'm shut down. Dylan's shut down. So, you know, like if I wanted to get back into it, probably could. I just don't necessarily want to pop in that quickly again and just be dealing with black screen. But I think that we've effectively proven today that we anticipated when the black screen was going to happen. We have a good idea how all this stuff is actually working now and why it's doing what it's doing, and you know how we would want to go about addressing those situations to get resolved for the long term. That's something I'll leave to the technicians. I'm just simply putting these videos out because I want everybody to see what this thing's actually legitimately capable of. You can do more than just play games with this. You know, you can make your own entertainment. You can make the most of the entertainment that you already have. You know, I'm traveling with basically every, you know, like I don't have to travel with a PS5 and my computer and this and that. I just take my Steam Deck with me and I leave my stuff turned on at home, and I just, you know, I tap into it when I need it. Like, you know, I just, if I want to say, come down here and open a file, you know, get into folders, do whatever I need to do. You know, I can go into Google, I could, you know, listen to music, watch a movie on my Plex server, and I can do that in a variety of ways, because that's of course already set up on the internet as well. But just the amount of control that you can add to your life, you know, the way that you can be liberated using this is, I think, something that, you know, I would hope that more people would want to spend time kind of exploring and getting the use out of.
And having said that, I just want to thank you all again for taking time to stop by. Hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and stay awesome as always, and we'll talk to you soon.